Alright, this is my Unity tutorial 1 video slash level, I guess, game, what have you. Um, so, the environment. Let's hit shift there. I pretty much followed along, made it the size that the instructor or the tutorial guy said and whatnot, and I was just kind of putting rocks around and whatnot, and I had no idea the scale of this thing. Until I added the character, which as you can see here is tiny. I thought these rocks might be uh, like character height when I was making them. I had no idea they were massive, and the scale was gonna be this big. Um, if I'd have known that, I'd probably have made it half the size, just because it's massive, and my guy's a dwarf in there. To compensate, I made his run speed. Um, his speed is 12, I believe, in the tutorial. Maybe double the tutorial. I think they had it at 6 or somewhere around that. What was I thinking? Yeah, spent some time putting together some little rock formation stuff, just making it somewhat interesting. Before I added the character and realized it was massive. My initials, uh, Benjamin Michael Klontz, BMK. I kind of interlinked all of them and made it, it's a take on it or something. Call it what you will. Let's go here. Okay, so there is that. Let's see what else was needed. Terrain, obviously. Viewed from above is my initials. The prefab, made a few sphere and whatnot. The rocks, being the more notable, which is actually a really cool feature of Unity. Taking all these rocks, I made them all into one prefab, and then if you zero them out, they will be in position, obviously. But the cool thing about it is you could essentially take a little section of rock, say, because these are all individual meshes. If I like this section and wanted to reuse it, you can make that into a mesh, make these into a mesh, and then or a prefab, excuse me, make those into prefabs and then reuse them around the level, which I thought was pretty cool. Which essentially, I mean, you can always do that in Unreal and stuff, just duplicate and what have you, but prefabs, I guess, are kind of cool. What I don't care for is having to put a, well, you know what, if the collision mesh or whatever it's called, where am I? The collider. I don't like everything needing colliders. I mean, a lot of things can be, you just throw a square collider on them or something, or a sphere. But like the guy in the tutorial was saying, if you do a mesh collider and it's a relatively high poly mesh or something, that's not gonna benefit anybody. So I don't know how to feel about that. First impressions, I didn't and still don't care for Unity. A lot of scripting involved, a lot of scripting with regards to this, and I'll tell you right now, my game doesn't work because the scripts that he provided, I followed along step by step, and something is messed up, and I couldn't tell you what. Some of it works, most of it not, in regards to AI, stuff like that. So let's just get right in, play it. I'll show you my guy running around. There's my HUD, because nothing was working. A little no scripting thing, which I tried to bring in there PNG and stuff. It wasn't working. I'd have to mess around with that and figure out how to get that in there. What image file I would need to do, whether it be alpha channels and stuff, how to get that in there with the transparent background. Didn't figure that out. And then, Unreal 4 over here, I didn't have any special text, so I was just the default one. So this guy is the AI is supposed to follow you and whatnot. Clearly doesn't, but you can. Why is this difficult? There we go. They do move, and then strangely enough, if you bump one, it starts floating just around the map. Moving on. So, well, that's not supposed to happen. The angle. Map the terrain so that the angle he's not supposed to go up it. What in the world? Which I believe was the case earlier. He wasn't allowed to go up that incline. Okay, so almost saw an example of it there. That's what's supposed to happen. There we go. Not allowed up there. Yeah, like that. I don't know why. Strange. Moving on, and I think if I go on terrain, I could probably see that. I took photos, screenshots, so that'll be in the blog. Let me find the first collectible. I believe it's down here. There it is, a glowing orb of... I couldn't tell you what it is. My controls... Great, now he's spinning. When I go through the walls, apparently, he comes up. It's all kinds of broken. So my controls are actually inverted. Right is left, left is right, up is down. My WSADs. Because my position, when I placed him in the scene, I was looking at it backwards or something. He's facing backwards, basically. So the controls are inverted. And I actually prefer it that way because it's a bit of a challenge. And as it is right now, it's, pretty boring. So, clearly, as you can see there, the orb is not... I can't pick up because scripts, man. Scripts. Good old scripts. So quickly discuss what else. The lights. There is... The directional light has a color to it. For, if we wanted to make it blue, green, purple, what have you. That is in there with the color. Nice soft yellow. The particle system, when we play it, you should be able to see that there is the rolling dust. And then clearly the player character, enemy, pickups, and UI are all in there. But that's not to say they're in working order. But they're there. So, not the best of starts with Unity. I'm just... With the amount of scripting involved, I know nothing about scripting. It's another language, and that's really what it is. You literally have to learn basically another language, and I don't think that's something I'll ever end up doing. Not my field of expertise. So there's really, especially limited inside Unity. It's basically, you make assets, and then somebody else is definitely going to need to make things work for you. Whereas in Unreal, I had a chance. There was enough going on. That, as confusing as that was as well, moving on to Unity, I realized I'd take it any day of the week. So, and then painting with the grass meshes and stuff. I enjoyed the environment creation aspect of it all, which, seeing as how I think that's kind of what I want to do, level design / environmental artist, that appealed to me. I spent a lot of time messing with that. But the rest of it, that's programmer take the wheel, because I have no idea how that works. But that is it. That was my Unity tutorial 1 video. Thanks for watching. See ya.